right, so now that I've gotten to know you guys a little bit better, I think let's get into it for today. So I'd like to start, we can talk a little bit about what is one main problem that you guys feel you're facing right now as a family. So, um, so like we were saying, Jake, he has his daughter Lexi, and they both live with me right now, which has been completely fine. But with Lexi, Jake, he works full time. So I feel like I'm kind I try to help take care of her whenever I can. Which I'm retired, so I'm able to like watch her while he's at work and everything. But lately it feels like I've taken on a lot of responsibility with Lexi. And it feels like Jake just hasn't been to me doing his part as a father when it comes um to helping take care of her, to raising her. It just feels like a lot of the responsibility's been on me lately, and that's kind of why I wanted us to come, was to try to start talking about how we can get better at balancing kind of duties with raising Lexi. Okay, yeah, I see. And Jake, what do you feel about the situation?
I feel like, I'm doing the best that I can. I mean, I work all day long and when I come home, I give everything that I have left to Lexi and my mom, but it just feels like it's never good enough. It feels like I get off and I just come home to more work. I'm tired.
Okay, okay. I see. So it sounds like you both have a lot on your plates really, and you're trying to figure out how to best balance things. And it's just there's been some disconnect with that. So with these issues, what would you both say is one goal you're working on as a family to kind of address this situation to find better balance? Um, I feel like I'll sometimes be very non-confrontational. It's not something that I feel very comfortable with, but lately I've been trying to talk about how I've been feeling to Jake more. Because I feel like this is kind of built up over time. We've lived together for a few years now. And I feel like I haven't always in the past been very straightforward about feeling like I've been taking on too much. But me even convincing Jake to come here with me today, I feel like that was kind of a big step um in asserting myself a bit more. So I think one goal with the situation is for me to kind of communicate more effectively and at the same time get more support from Jake on his side of things. Okay, and Jake, how are you feeling? What's one goal that you have with the situation?
I guess the main thing I want to do right now is just get better at hearing my mom out. Sometimes I know I don't listen very well, especially if I'm tired, but I appreciate how my mom's been feeling and I want to know what's going on. So giving her that space to express her feelings to me. I mean, I came here today. I feel like that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely it is. I think you both being here already speaks to some level of communication that's maybe even improved just over the course of however long. So I'm really happy y'all are both here. So I'm gonna walk us through this scenario, so stay with me. So let's imagine you wake up one morning and overnight a miracle has happened. Your issues have all been solved. You don't know that because you're sleeping overnight. This happens overnight. Y'all wake up. What would clue you into the situation being different? Like what would clue you into everything being better? Like what would that look like? What's different? Um, I feel like I would wake up. I feel like Jake would I mean, in a miracle situation, Jake would be home with Lexi, and I would I would get to take on more of a grandma kind of role rather than parental type of situation, like role. In that I could, be there with them still, but I think I would see Jake, doing a lot with Lexi that day, and, taking care of her, like cooking for her, whatever, just different parental things. I feel like it would be a day where he has the time and the energy to really pour everything into Lexi for that day. Okay, Jake, what would your miracle situation look like?
I guess, I would wake up and there just wouldn't be any sort of surprise problem. I wouldn't have my mom telling me, oh, I forgot to do this or Gracie needs this and whatnot, and it would just all work out.
Okay. Okay, so it would be a day where you don't feel like this kind of pressure is on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And actually same with you, Mandy. I feel like that sounds like a day where feels like there's less pressure. So that's interesting to see. That you both kind of feel that need for more support. So with that still in mind, with those ideal scenarios in mind, are there any times that you guys can think back to where you felt the problem was minimized? Maybe not exactly in that way of that miracle scenario, but are there times where you feel like the problem's less of a problem than it typically is? Starting with you, Mandy. Um, I feel like it's always the days where Jake has the day off that it feels like he has the energy and the time to spend more time with Lexi. I feel like that's the days that kind of make me make me feel like he's putting in the support and the time that I feel like I've been feeling some like lack thereof lately. So I feel like weekends sometimes it'll feel like Jake is doing his full part in helping support me and Lexi. Yeah. Okay, and what about you, Jake?
I mean, yeah, there are sometimes really easy days where I could be around, and have Grace or have Lexi as my main focus. And it's really nice whenever I feel helped out by my mom. She's like made dinner for us or cleaned up the house, and it's just one less thing I have to worry about, and I can kind of just keep my focus on Lexi, and it feels nice.
Okay, so yeah, it sounds like both those times are again where you both can feel that support from each other. And of course, ideally, that's also where there's enough time for everything. So when it comes to how motivated you both feel to work on solving these issues, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being least motivated, 10 being most motivated, where would you rate yourself on that motivation scale? Jake, we can start with you.
Um, I mean, I'd say I'm at like an 8. I mean, it doesn't feel good to have this constant conflict, and I mean, Mom, you and Gracie are the things that I care most about in this world, so you're the last people that I ever want to have conflicts with, so I feel very motivated to get it figured out.
That's great. That's great. That's a really high score. That's awesome. Okay, and what about you, Mandy? Um, I mean, I would rate myself pretty similarly. I would say I'm at about a 7 or so. Same with what Jake was saying. It doesn't feel good to kind of feel like we're butting heads on who does what, and um, just us both being tired from our responsibilities. So I would say I'm very motivated to kind of work on finding more balance with everything and communicating better. Okay, I guess my next question for y'all would be, you both rated yourselves very highly on that motivation scale. Jake, why would you rate yourself at an 8 rather than a 0? What do you feel like that difference is?
I mean, obviously I care. It's really important to me. I mean, I feel like I'm doing what I can with the energy that I have left to figure it out. I'm always willing to listen to my mom, even if I am really tired. Yeah, I'm here doing this today, so
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, so you really want to resolve that conflict for both of y'all's sakes. And Mandy, what are you feeling? Why are you at a 7 instead of a 1 or a 0? I feel like it's pretty similar to everything Jake said. I don't want us to be kind of draining each other even more than we're already tired just from life. I really want us to I really want us to get to a place where we're both happy with how we can support each other and Lexi. Um and yeah, I think it's a big motivator to want to help feel better with the people that you care most about. Okay, and you already are rating yourselves pretty high on this scale. But I am curious, what would you think is one thing that either you or somebody else within the family could be doing that would bump your score up a number? So Jake, how would you get from an 8 motivation to a 9 motivation, do you think?
um I mean, I guess it would be nice to feel like my mom understands just a little bit more. I mean, like how exhausting my work. I mean, I already feel pretty motivated to get it done. I just, maybe it would be nice to feel a little more understanding from my mom about just, how hard I have to work to support Lexi and, her. And it's not easy working all day and coming home to my second job, taking care of them at home. So just feeling like she's a little bit more on my side
Yeah.
and not just always pointing out problems and whatnot.
Okay, so feeling some more understanding and support from Mandy, that makes sense. And Mandy, what would you think could be something that would bump you from a 7 to an 8? Um, I feel like I feel like for me, I would feel even a little bit more motivated to solve our issues. I think if I felt like Jake kind of heard me out more whenever I do try to talk to him about things. I feel like sometimes he kind of shuts me down. Which on my end, I feel like I could maybe pick better times to talk about it with him because a lot of the time it is after work because he does work a lot. And that's kind of sometimes the only time I see him is after work. So that's whenever I'm trying to discuss things that he might feel are more of a drain, especially after a work day. So on my side, I feel like maybe I could time it a little bit differently when we have these conversations. But I would like to feel more understood too. So I guess kind of the same as Jake. But yeah, I just want us to both feel like we're being heard. And I think that would be a big motivator to keep talking about things as they come up rather than kind of trying to brush them aside or just to hold it in. Okay, so yeah, Mandy, you pointed out some similarities there. It sounds like you both just want to be understood by the other when moving forward with trying to find this balance that we're all in search of. Um, so last question for today. I want to hear from both of you. What are some family strengths that you feel like you either have individually or just as a family as a whole, that you feel like could help you accomplish this goal that you guys have? We can start with Andy. I feel like I feel like some strengths that we both have. I feel like we're both really hardworking. I feel like I've been doing a lot with Lexi, as I've already said. Um, and it's hard work. I've, raised multiple children, but it always takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy. And at the same time, I feel like Jake, he works hard at his job. And so I think our work ethic in general can kind of help us want to both work hard at finding this, more balance in how we split responsibilities with Lexi and how we communicate with each other. Um, but I think I think that's a big strength that I can think of right now. Okay, and Jake, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's nice that we both care a lot. Like mom's always been great with Gracie, Lexi. I think it's great that we both care a lot. You know, mom's always been great with Lexi, and I mean, obviously we care about each other. Um, it's never been that, you know, one of us isn't trying hard enough. I think you know, sometimes we just don't necessarily work together, and we're both trying really hard in our own ways because we care. And
Yeah,
I think that's good.
yeah. And even just you both talking right then, it sounds like, of course, you guys are having your differences with communication and with responsibilities, but it sounds like you both have pretty good understandings of each other and care a lot about each other. And I think that's a huge strength, truly.